Gosh, tightest gasket I've ever put on. Thank goodness it didn't rip. No movement, up and down. That'll do for now, and once I've confirmed everything's working, I'll try and bend this locking washer tab over. Okay, not doing any more than that. That felt super tight. Okay, it's the moment of truth to verify that we are in neutral and that the gears are indexed correctly in the cam plate. So I've lifted the bike up on the stand, haven't touched anything yet. So let's just see, first of all, are we in neutral? That is a good sign, the wheel is spinning, and then First gear should be up. Oh, that's one. Down to neutral. Second. Oh no. No. Well, I messed up. And it's all fixed now. Hopefully I'll show you in just a second. But I was out by one tooth. That red dot, I could have sworn it was lined up correctly, but I guess it needed to be further down on the selector plate. And so I had to take the cover off. Luckily, as I undid the screw on the inner case, it moved forward enough without having me to take everything off, you know, the ratchet assembly, so that I could just move the selector up and down a little bit. And so I did that, and so here we go. See if this works now. So we're back into neutral, up for one. That's first gear. Back down to neutral. There's neutral. Second. Third. Fourth. And the gearbox moved because I haven't tightened it up yet, but yeah, there's fourth now. So thank goodness, it wasn't so bad. Luckily it didn't rip any of the gaskets. I have applied a bit more grey Permatex and then tightened everything back up again. Okay, crisis averted. Here's the primary side ready for reassembly. I've cleaned up the mating surfaces in preparation for putting the inner primary case back on. And then there's the 3 screws, of course. They're here. I've cleaned them up. They had old Loctite on them, and I will Loctite them as well. This is the Bob Newby Racing belt drive and sprocket kit. Ron did actually have another kit. I think it was for an A65, so we're using these plates here that I just put on the surface plate here just to clean them up because they had a little bit of rust on them. And then we've got the Woodruff keys. Here are the keys for that keyway that I hope will hold, and so it's just a matter of putting everything back together now on the bike. There is a gasket on the inner side of the primary cover, but it's not great. That's just to hold it for now. I'm moving the gearbox forward so that I can get the 2 sprockets and the belt on. Can I actually do this without having to do them both simultaneously? Let's just try this first of all. I don't think so. Well, maybe. Yeah, good. That's good. Great. That is on. I can see the key. We're in the centre. Just put the knot on loose. Get this all set up first. That's it. I'm not doing any more than that. I'm just getting everything ready to go back on now. I haven't adjusted the clutch or the belt drive or the rear chain yet. The next job is to adjust the belt drive. It's still loose, is the gearbox, after I undid the bolts, the adjustment bolts. So I'll tighten this up until this goes quite tight, and then we're going to back it off so that the travel is no more than 20 millimeters according to the instructions. And you should be able to turn the belt almost 90 degrees, I guess that's what that means. We'll see, it's not even there now, so may not be too much more actually. Here's the gearbox adjustment assembly. Some other bikes have two or have been modified to have this adjustment on both sides. It's just on this one side for this, and then here down at the bottom, if you can see that nut, that's the pivot point on which the gearbox rotates. So we'll start by tightening this up and then back it off and get to the correct adjustment on the belt. You sort of have to push it in to hold it in that slot, otherwise it has a tendency to roll out. You may not see it, but a little adjustment on this side should go quite a long way on that side. How does that look? Maybe a bit more to get it tighter before we back it off. I think we might be there. I've got a little pointer set up on the case. Let's go to the top. Let's say that is the top. Maybe a little more, about there. And if I push down, it doesn't reach 20. So I'd say, what would you say, maybe 15? So between 10 and 20 it's supposed to be. So I'm going to lock it down at that. I think I got it for now. That's everything tightened up. It's a bit of a trial and error situation in that when you tighten up at the other side and underneath on the pivot bolt, things either slacken or tighten up. I would say that I'm about 20 millimeters. I'm not sure I can do entirely 90 degrees, but it's quite a lot. Anyway, regardless, we will be checking this again once the bike is running and this gets warm, just so it doesn't get too tight, because I think that's what caused most of the problems in the first place, was when this belt got too tight. So we will be checking this again for sure. I probably won't put the cover on for now until we're certain of that. So the next job is to adjust the clutch. Shall we see if we can start this bike now? It's just started to spit a little bit. I'm not quite sure of the starting sequence. This has got a Mikuni carburetor. So I'll turn on the gas. I'm assuming it doesn't actually tickle. The choke is the other way. From an enamel, it's like an enricher. So I think that's it. I don't think I tickle anything. Nope, that's it, I believe. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I can't say with 100% certainty that those bearings fixed the chatter. It could actually be just down to the teeth meshing, and we'll find out very shortly. Try this again. That's compression. A little over. A little juice. Okay. I'm listening. It's still chattering. getting a bit nervous now because I don't know what that is then. So it's either the gears that are chattering together or it's the engine. Boy, you can really hear it at times. On. No throttle this time, because I always forget that with a Mikuni, you don't touch the throttle.
Well, there's no guarantees, but that's the way they're supposed to work, put it that way.
So,
not always the way they work.
Both fuel taps on. Alright, climb on this monster. So we've removed the last metal clutch plate, thinking that it's just possible that when we say chatter, 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 it's synonymous with clutches, and that we may have possibly fixed it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Who wants to put bets?
I don't.
No, me neither.
Over a little bit.
Is it on, Mike, or are you just trying to...
You have to turn it on, don't you, first?
Both of them, yeah. Can I help you?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
I always do this.
Maybe it's a diesel. You don't need it.
I do this all the time. I always miss it.
Yeah.
I forget that you have to turn some old bikes on. We don't have to do that with most of our bikes.
No, see, it almost did. Ooh. That's a pretty good kickback, isn't it?
stethoscope again, maybe. Yeah.
Good afternoon, guys. It's 2 days later after we had the bike on the driveway and still heard that chattering noise, but I did listen to the audio. You may remember seeing that clip where I put the camera right up next to the crankcase and that chattering sound's coming from the Magneto, I think. Well, rather than jump straight to engine, we're gonna take a look at the Magneto, and it's just possible that it's backlash from the Magneto pinion on the gear, the idling gear I think it is, in the timing cover. So we're going to go and check that out first. I'm on my way down to Geoff's place, and then we're going to head over to Ron's place. Then the other thing is we're going to look at the timing, because the bike kicks back a lot. It just seems unnecessarily advanced, and that's got an electronic ignition from SRM, but it might just not be set correct. It might just be a little too advanced, and hence the kickback. I know when I leaned it out, when I moved the throttle, that made it lean, and that would have been one of the kickbacks, but Ron knows how to start that bike, and boy, it doesn't have kickback, and I'm just a bit nervous that he's going to hurt himself. So that's what we're going to do. I'm certain that we already checked out the Magneto pinion when the bike was first over at Geoff's. In fact, he has this stethoscope that we used, and you couldn't really hear much chattering from the timing side of the timing case where the Magneto is. So it's something that we've eliminated from the inquiries, thinking it was more clutch or gearbox related. So if this works and it turns out to be the Magneto pinion backlash, then the good news is it avoids any deeper work with the engine. The not so great news, well, it's okay, is that we took the gearbox apart. Perhaps unnecessarily, but those bearings were pretty rough. You saw them, right? So I'm glad we did it. It wasn't a monstrous job, but and then he can rest assured as well, now everything looks good inside that gearbox case. So I'll pick it up when we get over to Ron's. I'll see you in a few minutes. So I'm going to take the timing cover off first.
In that video.
Yeah.
And the other day when we were at Mike's place, I was thinking, so you'd sort of think, you'd be expecting to see evidence of it once we find it.
I think that's the right one. Let's see.
Guard,
Yeah.
that guard on.
So,
Actually, the cover, sorry.
It didn't make any difference, so
No.
it wasn't that.
Yeah, you got it. That was easy.
Okay.
All right, if you want to pull those apart, it's the red wire. No, kidding you. Okay, so now we can
Disable
take
the bomb.
the Magneto out. Pull these wires through. That's a chunk of metal, isn't it? So now we're going to take a look inside this, because it's been quite an effort to modify that, hasn't it, for the SRM unit. So we'll take this off next. Wow. There we are. Be a little give in there.
This is what I thought there could be something going on with that.
Where is it?
There's no lateral movement. Spins, you know, it's okay, it's smooth. It's not clacking and clattering. Don't feel anything.
Well, that's good. Well, I've got like, I think 4 clutches for triples.
Yeah.
This is a die-in profession.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're worth money if you can find the guy that actually needs it. Now, oh, I'm missing something.
That looks like it's pretty close.
And double check what I'm doing is right here, but we're looking for a red dot. It was only slightly off.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, the red dot's right there. Okay, great. At 35 degrees before top dead center.
Maybe my idea's not that great of an idea. As long as it works.
Hey, look at that.
Your light
Oh,
came
that's
on.
Nice.
That's your new Speedo that Greg did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Oh, really nice. Okay, the moment of truth. We're not sure if we did it, but there's a couple of things that we can talk about afterwards.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it.
Could you run?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But
I mean, it's not as bad, but it was still there, definitely.
yeah, still there, but not as bad. I heard a little bit of tinging, ting,
Yeah.
ting, ting, but I didn't hear that.
It wasn't anything like it was. It was miles better, but it was still there.
Okay, I
Maybe
didn't hear it at
maybe
all.
you could put that cover back on, Ron,
Yeah.
so you can get it outside or something like that, so we can get a longer
Yeah, well,
idle.